And what are, for example, what are some of the ways, or what are some of the solutions that you would propose to people? I mean, I understand, like, for example, the arrangement of your furniture, right? I think that's something that a lot of people know in terms of how the energy flows through in and out of your house. But what are some of the practical ways that people can implement these things?
I always tell my clients, I say that the most important part is if you can, if you can, always do your feng shui assessment before you do your renovation.
Before.
Before,
Okay.
right? Because why? Then you can actually plan all the various, for example, layout,
Yeah.
or which is the most effective design,
Mm.
all right, arrangements for your house,
Yeah.
incorporating into the renovation plan,
Okay.
so that the renovation can be carried out
Mm.
properly according to some of these feng shui
Okay.
guidelines and principles, right?
Mm.
But if you did not manage to do that, fine, I mean, it's okay. Of course, there's still a second level,
Mm.
a second level of looking at what you can improve in terms of your layout, like you mentioned correctly just now. That is very important. And also to look at what are some of these natural, solutions, like some people will say things like plants,
Yeah.
crystals, fish tanks, water,
To sort of rebalance the
fountains.
energy
To
lah.
rebalance, yes, to rebalance the energy. And
Okay.
not just only rebalance, but to maybe to capture the energy.
Capture more.
Yeah. And also to reduce some of these afflictions that could be happening in the house.
Okay.
So this is definitely another level of doing it.
Okay.
Of course, we have another level, which is what happens if everything cannot be possible, right?
Okay.
Then, of course, we will introduce what we call the Feng Shui solutions, which
Okay.
is using the Feng Shui way of actually trying to address all these concerns, whether it's to enhance or whether it's to reduce any afflictions. Yeah.
So actually, this is something I realized while we were having this conversation, that at no point did you mention anything about religion or having to go, for example, to pray at a temple, for example. And something I'm beginning to realize is that feng shui is entirely independent of religion, actually. Right.
You are right, Boris. So Feng Shui is actually something that is, I mean, Feng Shui itself is non-religious.
Okay.
It
Okay.
doesn't come from the principles of religion.
Oh.
So Feng Shui is why religion actually comes in is because when Feng Shui was formed, the principles are formed, different peoples from different beliefs incorporated Feng Shui principles into their beliefs
So it
and their
becomes
faith
like an additional layer lah.
as an
Okay.
additional layer.
Got it.
So in order to solve some of these Feng Shui problems, for example, then they will introduce the religious way to actually solve it.
Okay.
Right? Of course, just now I mentioned earlier on that you can actually solve it in
Non-religious
many
manners lah.
non-religious
Okay.
manner,
Okay.
yeah, in a very different ways, right?
Okay.
From the renovation all the way to the layout, to the forms. Yeah, all these are different ways of doing it. So it doesn't have to be religious.
Okay. Thanks, Soshin. And I think that's important for some people to know who they might be a bit hesitant to learn more about feng shui, thinking that it might conflict with their religion. But of course, whatever your comfort level is, but I think feng shui is something that shouldn't be ignored, right?
Sure.
There of course there are some wisdoms, the fact that it's been there for thousands of years and people still believe in it. So there has to be some value in there, lah, right? Yeah.
Sure. So religion is really actually done. I mean, when it becomes religious, it's because of the feng shui master or the consultant who has a certain background in religion. They have actually incorporated this feng shui into their religion,
Okay.
and then they actually help people based on using the religious way, as a solution.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with religion.
Yeah.
Feng shui, but feng shui itself
It can
did not
stand alone
exist.
on its own.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it
can stand
does not
independently.
have a religion.
Okay, that's good to know. But yeah, anyway, thanks so much for having tea with me today. I hope you enjoy the
Definitely.
rock tea.
It's a very
Good.
good tea.
Cheers.
Cheers. Right.
Yeah. Let's have another session, and I think I also want to know more about the different aspects of feng shui, the specifics, and what I can do to make my mother-in-law happy lah.
If I can be of service in any way, definitely. I mean, we can always do other segments
Yes.
to explain more.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, William.
Hey,
Thank you so